Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and welcome back to Alternate Cuts. Now, we talk about all kinds of different alternate cuts, whether it be unrated or theatrical, whether it be something you can only get on a certain form of media. But today we got a new one for you. Today we're going to be talking about Poison Ivy, the New Seduction. Now, is this an alternate cut? Well, actually, it is. And here's why. I'm going to explain why it's a different cut and go through a little bit of what's different about it. So, Poison Ivy, the New Seduction, or Poison Ivy 3 comes in one source on this box set. This is not the Scream Factory, and I'll explain that too. This is actually the full screen version for Poison Ivy 3. Well, why is that important? Well, I'll tell you. The Scream Factory Poison Ivy box set only comes in widescreen. And I know a lot of people were upset. In talking with Joe, I found all this out. People were upset for a few reasons. One, because of Poison Ivy 2, which of course stars Alyssa Milano, which you should have already seen a positive spin for that. And because of Poison Ivy, the New Seduction. Now, the reason it comes in a 4.3 aspect ratio is the full screen version. Well, isn't widescreen better? No, not in all cases. Specifically in Single White Female, the first one. Because if you switch that from widescreen to full screen, you can see a bit more of Jennifer Jason Leigh. Now, if you're not concerned with the nudity, then this may not be the video for you. But, it's not just nudity in Poison Ivy 3, The New Seduction. Although a majority of the difference is the nudity. But there's also things that can't be seen in the widescreen version. For example, when Violet pulls out the suitcase from under the bed with love letters between Joy and her boyfriend, you don't get to see that. It cuts that off completely. And an interesting thing about this film, and one of the scenes that you would miss if you didn't have the full screen version, is of course when Jamie Presley is taking a bath. Topless, of course. Now, there are other topless scenes in the film, but that is one that is obscured by the 16.9 ratio. So you literally have to switch your television over to 4.3 in order to see this, because it is formatted to fit the screens on widescreen TVs. I actually really like this one. Poison Ivy, The New Seduction is a 1997 film, and it runs 95 minutes. It's directed by Kurt Voss, and it stars Jamie Presley as Violet. Now, of course, this also has a connection to the original Poison Ivy, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. You have to watch it in order to find out. There's also Megan Edwards as Joy and Michael Despars as Ivan. And I thought it was kind of interesting in doing a little bit of research about it. Of course, I'm done with the final cut part of it, or the alternate cut part of it, rather. But I thought it was interesting that she didn't know she was allowed to turn down nudity in films. And to be honest, I'm kind of glad, because my lord, she is gorgeous. Yeah. And that is the only movie she's done nudity in, is Poison Ivy, The New Seductions. Yeah, check this one out, because different aspect ratios make a difference too. I mean, when everything switched over from your standard television to your 16.9 to your widescreen, they said, oh, you can see so much more on the sides, and you can. And you do miss some things when you watch it in full screen. You do. However, also miss some things if you watch it in widescreen. So, it works both ways. Definitely let me know if you've seen Poison Ivy, the new Seduction. And if you do have the Scream Factory, I am very sorry. I'm sure they look great, but they're all in widescreen and you do miss part of the film. So, yeah. Don't forget to check out Joe's alternate cut video for Poison Ivy, the new Seduction. Remember, guys, physical media matters, and it does. Now, if you have all three of these movies on individual DVDs, then it comes both ways with widescreen and full screen. But in this triple feature, it only happens to come one way, and that is full screen, which I think is very interesting. So DVD is the only way you can see the full cut of the film. Interesting. As I was saying, physical media matters, and until next time.